I was sitting in a boring budget meeting at my office in downtown Seattle when my phone buzzed on the table. It was a notification from my Ring doorbell. Motion detected at front door. I ignored it at first, assuming it was just a delivery driver dropping off a package. But then it buzzed again, and again. Person detected at front door. I slid my phone under the table and opened the app. The video feed loaded, showing the front porch of my house in the suburbs, 20 miles away. Standing right in front of the door was a man I had never seen before. He was wearing a gray hoodie with the hood pulled up, but I could see his face clearly. He wasn't ringing the doorbell. He was staring intensely at the keypad of my smart lock. My heart skipped a beat. He reached out a gloved finger and pressed 4 digits. Beep, 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 beep. The lock flashed red. Incorrect code. He didn't leave. He waited a few seconds, then tried another combination. Beep, 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 beep. Red flash again. I excused myself from the meeting, my hands shaking. I ran to the hallway and pressed the talk button on the app. "Hey, who are you?" I shouted into my phone. "Get away from my house! I'm calling the police!" The man didn't flinch. He didn't even look up at the camera. He just kept punching in numbers. It was methodical. He wasn't guessing random numbers. He was trying specific combinations. 0, 0, 0, 0. Red light. 1, 2, 3, 4. Red light. I dialed 911 on my work landline while keeping the video feed open on my cell. "There's a man trying to break into my house," I told the dispatcher, my voice trembling. "He's hacking the electronic lock." Then, on the screen, I saw him pause. He pulled a small notebook out of his pocket, checked something, and then typed in a new code. 1996. The lock flashed green. The deadbolt slid back with a mechanical whir. My blood ran cold. 1996 is my birth year. It was the code I gave to my ex-boyfriend 3 years ago, a code I thought I had deleted from the system. "He's in!" I screamed to the dispatcher. "He just unlocked the door!" The man opened the door and stepped inside. The camera view was now just the empty porch and the open door, revealing the dark hallway of my sanctuary. "Police are 3 minutes out," the dispatcher said. Those 3 minutes felt like 3 hours. I watched the empty porch, helpless. I heard nothing from inside the house. When the police arrived, they cleared the house. It was empty. The back door was wide open. Nothing was stolen. My TV, my laptop, my jewelry, all there. The only thing missing was a photo album from my bookshelf. And on the kitchen counter, he had left a single object. A cupcake with a lit candle. The police never found him. I changed my locks that day, but I can't shake the feeling that he didn't want to rob me. He just wanted to prove he could get in whenever he wanted. My wife and I were on our honeymoon in Hawaii. We were thousands of miles away from our home in Austin, Texas. We were having dinner on the beach when I got the notification. Motion detected at front door, 2 a.m. CST. Probably a stray cat, I joked, pulling out my phone. But it wasn't a cat. The night vision camera showed a figure standing on our welcome mat. He was standing perfectly still, facing the door, his back to the camera. He was wearing a dark jacket and jeans. He didn't move for a full minute. He just stood there, staring at the wood. "Babe, look at this." I showed the screen to my wife. "Who is that?" she whispered, the color draining from her face. "I don't know. Let me scare him off." I hit the microphone button. "Hey, we can see you. The police are on their way. Leave now." The man turned around slowly. He was wearing a plain white theatrical mask, the kind with no features, just eye holes. He looked directly into the camera lens. He didn't run. He didn't speak. Instead, he slowly raised his right hand. He was holding a key. My stomach dropped. We don't hide a key outside. We never have. He tilted his head, mocking me, and then bent down. He lifted the welcome mat, our home sweet home mat, and placed the key underneath it. Then he stood back up, reached under the mat, and found the key he had just placed there. It was a performance. He was showing us that he didn't need to break in, he had his own way in. He inserted the key into the lock. It turned smoothly. "No, no, no!" I yelled at the phone, attracting stares from other diners. "Don't you go in there!" He opened the door, stepped inside, and closed it gently behind him. The feed went back to the silent, empty night. We called the Austin police immediately. We stayed on the phone with them, pacing around the hotel lobby, terrified. When the cops arrived, the front door was locked. There was no forced entry. They kicked it down and searched the place. "House is clear," the officer told us over the phone. "Nobody inside." "Check the bedroom," I insisted. "Check the closets." "We checked everywhere, sir. It's empty." We flew home the next morning. When we got back, everything looked normal. But then I went to the guest bedroom. On the bed, neatly laid out, were all of our wedding photos that we had left in a box in the closet. The faces on the photos had been scratched out with a knife. And on the nightstand, sitting right next to the lamp, was the white mask. He had been in our house. He had a key. And we still don't know how he got it, or if he still has a copy. I work the night shift as a security guard, so I leave my wife and 6-year-old daughter home alone from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. I install the Ring camera system, front door, back door, and driveway, specifically for peace of mind. Last Thursday, around 3:30 a.m., I was sitting in the guard booth at work when my phone lit up. Motion detected, backyard camera. I frowned. The backyard is fenced in. It's usually just raccoons. I opened the app. The grainy black and white footage showed my backyard swing set swaying slightly in the wind. At first, I didn't see anyone. Then, I saw a face peering out from behind the large oak tree in the corner of the yard. It was a man. He was smiling, a wide, unhinged grin that showed too many teeth. He wasn't looking at the house. He was looking at the camera mounted on the back porch. He knew exactly where it was. I was about to hit the siren button when he spoke. The audio was crackly, but I heard it clearly. "Emily," he whispered. My blood froze. Emily is my daughter's name. He took a step closer to the camera. "Sarah," he whispered. "That's my wife's name." Then, he looked right into the lens, his eyes wide and manic. "David," he said. "That's my name." He was doing a roll call. He knew all of us. "I'm coming for the little one first," he giggled. Then he sprinted toward the back door. I dropped my coffee and dialed 911, screaming at the dispatcher to send units to my address. I then called my wife. "Sarah, wake up, get the gun. There's someone in the back." "What?" she answered, groggy and confused. "David, what's going on?" "The back door. He's at the back door." I switched back to the camera app. The backyard was empty. Motion detected, front door. I switched cameras. He was there now, at the front door. How did he move that fast? He was pressing his face against the glass sidelight next to the door, looking into our living room. "Emily," he he sang-songed, loud enough for the microphone to pick up. "Come open the door for Uncle." I watched in horror as the hallway light inside my house turned on. "No!" I screamed. Through the glass on the camera feed, I saw a small figure in pajamas walk into the hallway. My daughter. She was walking toward the door, rubbing her eyes. "Sarah, grab her!" I yelled into the phone, but the line was dead. I watched helplessly on the tiny screen as my daughter reached for the deadbolt. The man outside was trembling with anticipation, his hand hovering over the handle. Just as Emily's hand touched the lock, a shadow tackled her from behind. It was Sarah. She snatched Emily up and dragged her back into the kitchen, out of sight. The man outside slammed his fist against the door in rage. He screamed, a primal, animalistic sound, and then turned and ran off into the night, just as I saw the flashing lights of the police cruiser pull into the driveway. He got away. The police found footprints all around the house. He'd been circling for an hour before he triggered the motion sensor. He knew our names. He knew I worked nights. And he knew exactly which button to push to get my daughter to open the door. We moved to a gated apartment complex the next week. I never want to own a house with a backyard again.